What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Kids Talk Sports podcast. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about some college basketball games. I've got 3 games to review, and then I'm going to be talking about my my college basketball top 10. And then I have some shoutouts to give and a question of the week for you guys at the end of the video. So let's get into it. So the first thing we will talk about is the Wisconsin versus Purdue college basketball game on last Saturday. This was between number 16 Wisconsin and number 7 Purdue. This was a pretty big game. Purdue and Wisconsin, both teams were fighting for the top of the Big Ten. Michigan State and Michigan right now. This is coming out on Friday. Michigan State and Michigan play on Friday, and they are the top 2 teams. And then I'm pretty sure Wisconsin and Purdue trail them. So Wisconsin did end up coming out on top of this game, 94-84. John Tonji, a shooting guard for Wisconsin, had 32 points, and he went 8 for 9 from free throw and 4 for 9 from 3-point range. This guy is a really, really good player. I think he's really underrated also. He's not really getting a lot of attention, but I think if he can get some attention, I think he could be really good in the NBA. But he had a really, really good game. He can take people off the drive and get to the basket. He can shoot the 3 ball well. He can just do a lot of things well. He makes good decisions. He doesn't turn the ball over. So I think that he's a really good player. And I think this Wisconsin team, they've got a lot of depth. I think they have enough depth to make a deep run here in March Madness, which they haven't done in a very, very long time. So I think this Wisconsin team is very dangerous. And for Purdue, Trey Kaufman-Renn, their power forward, had 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's a really good all-around player, but he has been getting into foul trouble recently. So I think if he can stay out of foul trouble, that's going to really help out Purdue a lot. But again, he had 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, but Purdue did come up short of the win here. Their star guard, Braden Smith, didn't really have a very good game. He only scored 6 points and had a lot of turnovers. He hasn't been playing very good the past couple games against big opponents. So I think Purdue's really got to lock in. They lost to Wisconsin and Michigan State back-to-back. So I think they really, really got to lock it in if they want to get a good seed here at March Madness. And then, number 16 Wisconsin beats Purdue at Mackey Arena, 94-84. And for the second game we're going to talk about, which was the game of the week, which was a game I was really hyped up to watch, number 2 Alabama versus number 1 Auburn. Alabama did end up losing this game, 94-85. Mark Seegers, the starting point guard for Alabama, had 18 points on 4 for 17 shooting, and then 8 for 11 from the free throw line. He did not have his best game. Alabama just got off to a rough start. Auburn had a 9-0 run. At the start of the game. So I think that, and then Auburn did end up winning by 9. I think Alabama had some good runs where they got back in the game. I just think overall Auburn played better. Janai Broome, arguably the best player in the nation, power forward for Auburn, had 19 points on 7 for 16 shooting from the field and 3 for 9 at the free throw line, which is pretty bad. He did not shoot well at the free throw line in that game. But I think these are the 2 best teams in the country. I think Alabama has a worse team, but I think they have more potential. Auburn's bench did play really, really well in this game. I think Auburn just has more talent at each position. Not by much, but they also have a really, really deeper bench than Alabama. What they want to do to you is they want to do 2 things, or they want to do 3 things to you. They want to drive to the hoop and get easy layups. They want to drive and kick out and get open threes, and they want to rebound. They rebounded really, really hard. And Auburn boxed out really well, so that's one key down. They closed out really well and made Alabama miss a lot of threes. That's 2. And they played with their hands up and didn't foul a lot, and they stopped the drive. So that's 3. So Alabama was taking a lot of either tough threes, forced transition layups, or they were shooting mid-range, which isn't their spot. So I think Auburn did a really, really good job. Bruce Pearl, the head coach, did a really, really good job of forcing Alabama out of their strong points and making them play from behind and from their weaknesses. So I think this Auburn team looks really good and has a really, really good shot to win the Natty. They are a really, really good team. And then for the last game we're going to recap is the Michigan State versus Illinois game. And in this game, Michigan State won 79-65, and that made Tom Izzo the winningest coach. So he has the most wins, in the Big Ten Conference, not total wins, but he has the most wins in Big Ten play. He passed Bob Knight after this game. Hopefully he passes. Hopefully he adds one more win to his resume after the game against Michigan tonight. Jackson Kohler, the center for Michigan State, had a really, really good game with 23 points, 10 rebounds, and he shot 4 for 5 from 3. So that was really, really surprising. Michigan State really, really needed a spark from him. They got it. Kasper Yakajunas, the star point guard for Illinois, the freshman, had 17 points and 5 rebounds, but Illinois is also coming off a loss to Wisconsin, in which in that game Kasper Yakachunas turned the ball over. I think it was 8 times. So, and then against the Michigan State game, he turned over 5. So I think he really needs to step up from his game. He's got to start taking care of the ball more. And we started to see this with star point guards. Mark Sears for Alabama, he's been turning the ball over a lot. Braden Smith for Purdue has also been turning the ball over a lot. So I think defenses are just adjusting to really, really good players now that we're really, really late into the season. So I think Cash just really needs to step up. But I think a key to why Alabama won this game, a key to why Michigan State won this game is they really, really out-rebounded on the glass. Illinois wasn't boxing out. Michigan State was. Michigan State was hustling on defense. Illinois looked in control of this game. They were up by 15. I think at one point it was their largest lead. And then Michigan State, they stayed in it. They kept it at 10. Then they finally pushed through in the second half. And it's all because Illinois wasn't rebounding. Illinois didn't score a point in the last 8 minutes of the game. So Michigan State defeats Illinois 79-65 to fight for that spot atop the Big Ten. And then so now we got my top 10 rankings in college basketball. Number 10, we've got St. John's. They play the best defense in the country. They play good help side. They close out on shots and they box out. St. John's plays the best defense in the country. It's just their offense is a little iffy. Number 9, I got Wisconsin. They have a really, really solid player in John Tonji. They have a really, really good senior center in Steven Corral who can shoot. And they also got Max Klesman who can also shoot. So this Wisconsin team is really, really, really deep. Number 8, I've got Tennessee. They don't really have that number one guy to score like Michigan State does. Also, like Tennessee just doesn't have that number one guy. If they can find that number one guy, I think they'll be really good, but they do play really, really good defense. Number 7, I got Iowa State. Their whole team just plays good defense, plays good offense, and they're a really, really good coach. Number 6, I got Texas A&M. Wade Taylor is one of the best point guards in the nation. He's kind of their number one guy, but this Texas A&M team is very underrated, I think. Number 5, I got Houston. Auburn has the best roster in the country, but and then Florida, and I think Houston's next. Houston, they can shoot the 3, they rebound, and they have a really, really good bench. And number 4, I've got Florida. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They can shoot the 3 really well. They don't turn the ball over. Number 3, I got Alabama. They are also one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, but they do turn the ball over a little too much, and their defense is somewhat weak. Number 2, I've got Duke. They're just a lot of freshmen. They have arguably the best player in the country in Cooper Flag, but I think they need some more experience to make a run in March Madness. And number 1, Auburn. They're the best team in the country. That will be the rest of the season. I don't think they're going to lose the rest of the season. They have the deepest roster, the best roster, and they have the best player in the country in Janai Broom. So again, my rankings are 10, St. John's, 9, Wisconsin, 8, Tennessee, 7, Iowa State, 6, Texas A&M, 5, Houston, 4, Florida, 3, Alabama, 2, Duke, and Auburn 1. And then I've got 3 shout-outs to give. So the first shout-out goes to my friend Rory, who said his favorite college is Iowa. Shout out to Rory for answering the question of the week. And then we have another shout out for another person named Rory who said their favorite colleges are Rhode Island and Duke. And then the last shout out goes to Luke, who said his favorite sports college team is Clemson. So shout out to Luke, Rory, and another Rory. Thank you guys for answering the question of the week. And again, if you guys want to, go check out my website. It'll be linked in the show notes. If you want to go buy a Kids Talk Sports hoodie, we've got adult sizes and youth sizes. Go check one out if you want to buy one. And for this week's question of the week, it is, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Again, for this week's question of the week, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I'd probably have to say vanilla with sprinkles or strawberries. Strawberry soft serve is really, really good. But as always, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Peace.